Happy Friday, Northwest.
This is the third edition of Cougar Roundup. Today is Friday, September 20th.
And we had an eventful week. Let's take a look.
Hey Lexi, have you heard of this Orange Army thing?
Yeah, I think it's like the school army, but they eat oranges.
I don't think that's it. Let's kick it to Moens to explain.
Hey guys, it's Moens coming at you live from room 132. Here with the Orange Army crew, and we're gonna go talk about recap. Let's go!
Did you already buy one?
Okay.
Orange Army is our t-shirts for the school, and so it gives a little school pride, and it's one of the biggest Stuco fundraisers, which helps us run dances and run other things that everyone enjoys.
I really like Orange Army because I think it just kind of brings the community together, like having a fun shirt, and like it's a good fundraiser for student council, and it's just really fun to like get to design it and work with Miss Dent.
Well, this year there's a really big turnout, which is really helpful for us because it makes it really easy on us.
I think if a student has like the means to get an Orange Army shirt, they should, because it's just a fun thing to remember, especially after they graduate. They can see it from like high school, and you can always have that, and it's just a good reminder of high school.
Thanks, Michael, for the info. Now let's learn more about the Black Student Union.
I joined this club because I think it's important to learn about different cultures. Probably learning and getting new friends and learning about what they've been through and what their experiences have been, about different situations involving their cultures.
Students. They actually came and asked if I would be the sponsor for BSU. There was not a BSU club here. I said absolutely. I have a lot on my plate. We all do, but sometimes you have to make room for things like this. It's going to make a huge difference in the school. Last school year, we got started around second semester. So we didn't have a full year, but we got a nice start, and it was pretty awesome, and students were really excited about it, and they just really took on the club and showed leadership and excellence in it. And so, yeah, we're still kind of new. Students, their motivation behind it, the drive, they have these ideas, they see it through, the passion, the consistency. I love that we're also bringing groups together. Just because it's Black Student Union does not mean that it's just Black students that are a part of the club. Students that care about bringing groups together and celebrating the differences that we have here at Northwest, they are a part of this club. It's about bringing groups together and celebrating the differences that we have here at Northwest. And this club is providing that opportunity just to celebrate one another, love one another, and support one another.
Coach Stigge is only the second cross-country coach at Northwest. Let's see how much he enjoys coaching.
This is my 12th season with the team, second as the head coach. I did 10 as the middle school head coach, and I was also an assistant for the high school team. There are so many things that are great about coaching. To see kids start as 7th graders and end up on state championship teams as 12th graders, and seeing them finish very high individually within those state competitions, I think was a lot of fun.
I think Stigge performs really well as a coach because he knows when to stay calm. Like if an athlete's having a bad race, he knows like how to talk to us, or if we need like to be pushed a little, he knows how to tell us in a like polite way that like we need to step it up or something like that.
Well, I think the most rewarding thing too is seeing kids years later
who are still smiling about their experience, whether it was the friends that they still have or, you know, just a random event where I'll see a kid at a meet and they're still smiling about something that happened 5 or 10 years ago. Getting emails from kids who ran middle school cross country for me that are just saying hi. I think it's nice to know that I've made connections with those kids on some other level maybe than just running. You know, that it was an important experience for them.
Speaking of teachers doing amazing things, let's find out where science teacher Mrs. Demke lived before she started her teaching career.
We worked at the Institute for Molecular Biosciences, and I was a lab manager. I have a bachelor's of science in microbiology. I have a master's of education. In my former job, well, one, it was a lot less work than teaching, but you get to do things in science, and the goal of science when you're doing research science is to do stuff that no one's ever done before. There's a lot of politics and drama when you work with labs because scientists really want to be first and they want to be the best, and so they are not always great at working together. If you're going to be a scientist, you have to really love one very small thing enough to devote your life to it. And then after I decided that's not where I wanted to go, I got a job offer to go work in Australia, so I went there for 2 years. I never intended to stay forever, and then when I came back, I was looking for what I was going to do forever. I realized I really like people, and I really like kids, believe it or not, and I really like biology, so here I am, teaching high school.
Emily, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just getting hyped for the party.
What party?
The golf party, duh. Let's watch this video to get hyped for the golf team.
Now that I'm ecstatic, I think that we should flip into this video about gymnastics.
High school gymnastics is much different than everything else. You actually have to start at 0 and you have to work your way up. So you have to have so much difficulty to be able to get a better start value. We've got the floor exercise. We've got the vault. We've got uneven bars to swing on. And then we have our 4-inch wide balance beam. Right now we're still trying to get in shape, in cardiovascular shape. And so we're working on that, and then we work on their individual routines that they do and trying to get them the best start score.
Right now I'm glad I'm a gymnast because I get to hang out with my team and we just have fun together and I get to work and improve my skills. When we get hurt, we don't want to give up and not be able to compete, so we just push through the pain.
The best thing about floor is probably getting new skills, because usually if you get a new skill on floor, you've never done it before, but on beam, usually when you get a new skill, it's something that you've previously known how to do. You're just putting it on a different surface. And on bars, I do a kip cast, front hip circle, back hip circle, squat on, jump to the high bar, kip cast, free hip flyaway. I'm glad to be a gymnast because it's really fun to hang out with my teammates every day, and I like the excitement of getting new skills and learning new things every day. I feel like lots of gymnasts struggle with confidence and getting the confidence to do skills, because sometimes it's really scary to just throw a skill, but sometimes that's what you have to do, and I feel like lots of people struggle with that. Well, for most people, I feel like beam's the hardest because you can't just go on a beam without knowing anything. You have to have some floor experience, and you also have to balance. And so it's really hard to like manage both things at once. So it takes a while to get used to.
If you enjoy watching KUTR and can't get enough of our content,
then you should follow all of our social medias, including our brand new TikTok page.
That's all for this Fine Friday. I'm Emily Motzig.
And I'm Lexi Barkowski. See you next week here
on Cougar Roundup.